Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Yin practice. Today we're going to go through a whole body practice. So we're going to start at the feet, work all the way up to the neck and the head. All you need for this practice today is a blanket. I'm going to use a block for our last pose today, but completely optional. It'll just give you a little bit more sensation if you have one. We're going to go ahead and get started sitting in Virasana, so on our knees. If you want to, you can go ahead and prep your blanket before we begin. So we're going to want it to be long ways, so hot dog style. And you just want to roll it up into a nice little log here. Okay, the tighter the better in my opinion. And we'll just have that sitting by the side and ready to go. All right, so starting on our knees, you can absolutely sit cross-legged too if that feels more comfortable in your body. We're just gonna start here by shutting the eyes down, or you might gaze softly down towards the ground and take just a moment to get grounded, to come into your body. Maybe you take a couple of deep breaths here. And before we begin, just check in, knowing that we're going to move head to toe today. Where are you kind of feeling like you need a little love, a little attention? Where is the tension sitting in the body right now? Maybe pinpoint one or two places, just so that when we get to that point in the body, you can really focus your awareness there. Notice how you feel in this moment. And then check back in when we arrive at that spot later in our practice. Okay, let's take one big deep breath together just to clear everything out. Empty out the breath, come to an exhale. And then find a big deep breath in through the nose, lengthen through the spine as you inhale. Open the mouth, big sighing exhale. Relax the body. And just come back to a natural breath. Okay, from here, I invite you to open the eyes again. We're gonna start with our feet, as mentioned. So you have your log here. We're not gonna use it quite yet, actually. We're gonna start in our broken toe pose. So I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see what this looks like. And you have your log out in front of you if you need it. So we stay on our knees, and then we tuck the toes under. I like to reach back, make sure my little pinky toe is tucked under there. And then the pose is just sitting back on the heels. So it might not feel like a lot to start, but it's gonna start to feel really fiery. So we're looking for a stretch for the back of our feet. Sit up as tall as you can here. And I encourage you to focus on relaxing the upper body. Maybe you shut the eyes down again. Focusing on the upper body so that we can be a little less distracted by the fieriness in the feet here. And if you need to relieve a little bit of the sensation, just lift the hips a little bit. You can always bring your hands down to the ground or to your blanket out in front of you. And we're gonna hold just for 5 more breaths, just a quick little warm up for the bottoms of the feet here. This is a really great one if you're a runner or hiker, on your feet a lot. Okay, and through all of that talking, we've probably held for about a minute. So take one more breath in and breath out. And then come out of the shape, lean forward, untuck the toes, slap the feet on the top of the mat just for a moment, shake it out. And then come back to sit on your heels. All right, we're gonna move on to our calves. And we're gonna use the blanket for this. So you have your roll nice and tight here. We're gonna slide this roll underneath our shins. All right, so we're gonna stretch the other side of the feet. We're gonna start to get into the calves a little bit. So you should really feel a nice stretch on the ankles here. This is Lolasana. Normally we're doing this without the blanket, maybe in a more active version of your practice, like a vinyasa class. And then same thing here. I'm just gonna really encourage you to relax the shoulders, relax the face, the jaw. Only here for 60 seconds. Slow the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Let's go for 3 more breaths. Soften the hips down. Good, 1 more breath. All right, you did it. Go ahead and slide that roll away again. Come onto hands and knees. And then to counter this, just extend one leg at a time back behind you. Tuck the toes under and press through the heel. Do the other side, extend the leg, press it back through the heel. Okay, and then we're gonna come back to our knees. Go ahead and stand up on the knees. We're gonna grab our roll again. And I want you to unroll it just a little bit, maybe about halfway. We're gonna stick this between the knees. Okay, a little finagling here to get that under. Okay, and you can always roll this up tighter. You can make it a little smaller. Just gonna kind of depend on your body, how much space you have back there. Okay, try to get it up in there nice and snug. And then we're gonna sit back on the roll. Make sure it's nice and tight, no matter how big it is. You want it really nice and tight, so it's kind of like a log. You can think of it as almost like a foam roller here. And again, we sit back. And this is for our calves. You might feel this a little bit in your hamstrings, but mainly for the calves. A little bit of myofascial release using the blanket. So you're welcome to stay here. You should feel this kind of massaging into the back of your lower leg. If you want a little more, just wag your tail for a moment. Find a little release there. And again, just 60 seconds, about 10 breaths. Two more breaths. Last breath in. And breath out. All right, remove your blanket. Go ahead and bring that out in front of you and come to your seat. Okay, we got a lot of our more active poses out of the way, a little movement in. We're gonna roll this blanket back up nice and tight. And then we're gonna start to move into a little bit more stillness. So for the purposes of this practice, we're gonna hold each pose about 2 minutes each. If at any time you want to stay longer, feel free to pause the video and take your time, okay? So, nice little log here. We're coming into caterpillar. We're gonna extend our legs across the blanket today and play around with where this feels best. So I like mine about underneath my shins, a little forward in front of the knees. You might like it a little closer to your heels or maybe more under your thighs. Play around with what feels best. And then I'm going to encourage a little bit of a wider stance here. So not quite in line with your hips, maybe just a little bit more space so that we can fold forward into this shape. Knees can be bent. And then when you're ready, go ahead and tilt the pelvis forward, slide your sits bones back, round the spine, and let the head gently drop between the legs. If it feels okay with the neck, fully release the head down, let the head be heavy. Relax the upper body here. Notice the curve of the spine. From your hips all the way to the crown of the head. And with each breath, inviting in a little more stillness, a little more ease. Bringing your awareness to the hamstrings, the back of the legs. Focusing on the gentle sensation that you feel through the back side of the body. Maybe envisioning a lengthening of the backs of the legs. Allowing yourself to create a little bit more space here. Take one more breath here. Inhaling gently. Final exhale. As we start to move again, take your time, gently rounding back up, lifting the chest, the head. And then from here, we're going to keep our roll right where it's at and come on to our backs. And as you lie down, we're going to place our feet on top of our blanket. All right. From here, scooch your booty up close to your heels. And we're going to come into a figure four using the blanket to give us a little lift today. So trying not to use the hands is kind of the goal here. I'll give you the option to create some more intensity if you wanted, but generally keep it a little bit more gentle today. So figure four, right ankle over left thigh. And with the left heel lifted, you should feel the legs coming in towards the upper body a little bit. If you want to intensify that, you are more than welcome to reach down, wrap the hands around the back of the left leg or across the left shin to draw the legs in closer to the body. Otherwise, you're just staying here with the foot down. You might gently press the right knee forward with your right hand, or just stay, relax. Drawing our awareness a little more upward in the body, into the hips, particularly the outer hip, that right glute on this side. Notice if anything else is tensing anywhere else in the body. So sometimes we relax one area and then find that because we've done so, the tension travels up or down. So maybe as you relaxed into the glutes here, you found a little tension through the core, through the shoulders. And if that's the case, just take a couple slow breaths. See if you can soften into the exhale. Letting the whole body relax here. All right, one more breath. And then gently uncross the right ankle. You can bicycle pedal out this right leg. Roll the ankle around. And then place the right foot back on your blanket. Other side, left ankle over right thigh. Same thing here. So stay, or you can draw the right knee into the chest. Maybe you gently press the left knee forward with the left hand, very gently. So we don't want a lot of strain here. And generally in our yin practice, we're looking for somewhere that's about 60% of our effort, about 60 to 70% of our effort here. So we want to kind of dance with the edge of our capacity, but not quite be there. Find a place in between that you feel like you can maintain and be still in. Notice what you feel here on this side. Maybe different, maybe the same. Just notice accepting what you find, being patient, kind to yourself. All right, one more breath. Okay, unwind the left ankle from the thigh. Again, maybe pedal this left leg out, roll the ankle around a little bit. And then from here, gently sit yourself up. We're gonna leave our blanket right where it's at. And we're gonna come into a side bend. Some people call this mermaid pose. We're gonna side bend over the blanket. So make sure it's still rolled up nice and tight here. Let's start on the right side. And probably gonna want our blanket middle of torso, about where your chest is. Make sure your shoulder is off of the mat. The right arm is off of the mat so that the right shoulder can come all the way down. Your head can come down. Legs can stay bent. If this feels like enough, stay here or extend the arm overhead. And if the left arm is over your head, I'm going to encourage you to have this left hand landing on something. So it might be the ground. You might grab another pillow or block for the hand to land on. Or you can just bend your left elbow and just rest your arm on the side of your head. But give that left arm some support. It should be nice and relaxed. Notice the shape you're creating into the right side of the body. The length you're forming into the left side. Pausing here, finding some stillness. Couple more breaths. All right, gently bring your left hand, left arm back down. And then press yourself up. You can just roll right to the other side. I'm going to flip all the way over so I'm facing you guys. But you can just roll over onto your back. Okay, left side. So the blanket's gonna go under the left side of your torso. Again, make sure the left shoulder, left arm are above the blanket. Extending your left arm out to the side, and then this time the right arm comes up and over. Again, finding a place for the right hand to land behind you, or just bending the arm, letting it rest on the side of your head. Find something gentle here. Okay, moving awareness into the center of the body, our sides, and starting to move all the way up into the shoulders, that overhead shoulder extension. If this was an area of focus for you, really noticing what you feel here, pinpointing any areas that felt stiff or tense, using the breath to guide yourself into a little bit of ease here. And just one more breath. And then gently right arm comes back down. Lift yourself up just enough here. We're going to turn over onto our bellies for Sphinx pose. And we're going to use the roll, keep it right where it's at, to support our chest. Coming onto the belly, coming onto the forearms. Forearms stay parallel to each other. Chest stays high. And then letting the blanket support the chest. So you should find that you have to do a little less work here, or you get to do a little less work here. The blanket holds you in this shape, so you're not using so much of your upper body strength to hold the back bend. Trust that the blanket will support you. So relax the chest, the abdomen down. Let the glutes relax. The legs soften, maybe they fall open a little bit. And then blanket's gonna stay right where it's at again. We'll roll onto our backs, coming into fish pose. So blanket, again, center of torso, maybe a little higher, about right where your shoulder blades are. And we're gonna lean back over the bolster or the blanket. All right, arms, maybe just out to the side, let them fall open. Maybe you cactus the arms here. If you want to feel a little more through the throat, lift the chin towards the ceiling. Knees can be bent, or you can lengthen the legs out. Whatever feels best here. And soften into this big opening through the front side of the body. Let the heart, the chest be open. Let yourself receive the benefits. Take one more breath here. And then slowly just roll to one side. Lift up. We are going to use the block in just a moment. If you don't have a block or just want something a little more gentle, you can keep your rolled up blanket. And then this time when you lie down, the blanket will go under your head. So just to give you a little bit more of a gentle neck extension. And you can just relax right here. If you have a block handy, or maybe a stack of books, just something with an edge, we're gonna use this to rest our head on. So you're gonna want the block on the medium height. Head will rest on the top of the block. And then you want the base of the skull, so right where your hairline is, to connect with this front edge here. So lie down. Again, the edge of the block is at the base of the skull, in that soft spot, right where the spine connects with the head. An option just to relax here, let the head start to be heavy. Use the edge of the block to massage into the occipital area, the base of the skull. Second option is to very slowly rotate the head left and right. And you want to go very, very slowly, almost like you're moving through honey. If you find a sticky spot, you can hang out there. Otherwise, just nice gentle movements. I'm gonna rest mine in stillness here. We'll just be here about 30 more seconds. Go slow. All right, then gently slide your block or your blanket away and lie down. We are ready for Shavasana. Lying flat, letting the arms fall open by your side, and finding a place where you can be comfortable being still and at ease here for maybe just another minute or so. From here, I'll let you enjoy Shavasana for as long as you have available to you today. When you're ready to move again, be slow about it, trying not to rush back into your day. And with that, thank you so much for sharing in your practice with me today. Namaste.